Hello, this is Bobby Miles from Texas Skid Steer. Let's talk about JCB skid steer loaders. Now, when I think about JCBs, I think about the one-arm boomed machines. At one time they called them robots. I don't know why they call them robots. I don't know. Anyway, they're the ones that you can get in from the side. They got a single big boom. And I tell you, when I first seen them, I thought I would see a lot of problems with that single boom. That they would warp, or get twisted because all they just had one boom. So I thought that they would have problems with that single boom system. And I have seen some, very rarely, uh, where they're twisted or torqued. Um, if you understand what I'm talking about, if you put the bucket on the ground, one side was higher than the other. The boom was twisted. I thought I'd see a lot of that, and I didn't see as much as I thought I would. No more than the regular skid steer loaders that have two booms. I've seen just as much with the two boom system as I did the single arm system, and so I'm not really going to run that down. The side entrance, I thought that was pretty cool, especially for older, you know, gentlemen, you know, or ladies if they run skid steer loaders. I'm sure a lot of ladies do. It's just I generally deal with a lot more men that run them. But I thought it was a cool concept, and I don't really have anything negative to say about that part of it. But most of the skid steer loaders in JCB that I've seen on the market, um, this is just my experience. You could have, a totally different experience with them, but I do own Texas Skid Steer, and I have sold thousands and thousands of skid steer loaders, and that means that I've checked out, a whole lot more than I've bought. So I've checked out a lot of skid steer loaders. I've had a lot of experience with skid steer loaders, and I haven't had real good success with the JCBs. They've always been a kind of an unstable company, and most of the JCBs out there are old, worn out now. I mean, JCB still exist, but as some of you might have noticed, Volvo, I don't really know if they bought them out, if they just started sticking the Volvo name on the JCB, but they pretty much produced or revamped, you might say, and reproduced the JCB under the Volvo name. If somebody out there knows more details than I do, feel free to comment on it and enlighten us all. But what it looked to me like was that Volvo just stamped their name. Maybe they bought them out. I don't know, but the what I seen was a JCB skid steer sitting there. This is within the last few years with Volvo stamped all over it. But it was a JCB, and a lot of people bought those, but unfortunately, within the last couple of years, Volvo, for some reason, and maybe somebody out there will know, and they can enlighten us. But JCB, Volvo, whatever, uh, started flooding the market with those Volvos. Uh, one arm machine, JCBs in disguise as Volvos, and there was a lot of them out there. I mean, a lot of them. I mean, the market just got flooded with Volvos, and a lot of people bought them. They paid a lot of money for them, because the market was flooded with machines that had like 50 hours on it, 100 hours, 300 hours. I mean, very low wired, newer machines, and the market just got flooded with them, and they were bringing decent money. I mean, newer machines, very low wired, they should be worth a lot of money, right? Well, Yeah, and a lot of people paid a lot of money for them, but they have dropped in value big time. And I know we're talking about JCB, and I've kind of switched over to Volvo, but we're really still on the same subject. Um, my experience with the Volvo slash JCBs has been that one thing, they've lost their value. A machine that you might have sold for $25,000 a couple of years ago, I mean, you'd be hard pressed to get 17,000 for it right now. And again, this is my opinion. It ain't, you know, it didn't come down from Sinai, Mount Sinai, written on tablets. This is just my opinion. But there's something wrong with that. Maybe, you know, JCB was bought by Volvo, and then the people that own Volvo, uh, went out of business and flooded the market with their machines that had been out on lease. I mean, something happened, and to me, I don't like the machines. I've had some experience with them. One thing I noticed is that they put their computers, or ECMs, the electronic parts, the most fragile part of the machine, they put it in the belly pan. I mean, in the belly pan. That's insane to me. Um, I don't know how much experience you have, but belly pans tend to collect, water. If you have any kind of leak at all, that's usually where it will end up, is in the belly pan. And I don't know if you've noticed, but electronic devices like computers don't do well underwater. Well, that's been quite a problem for Volvo. And I started to come on here and tell you that that JCB had kind of gone out of business, but it really hasn't. I think they're making JCBs right now again, but I don't know. I would definitely not buy a JCB. Um, they've always been an unstable company, and I know in their skid steer loaders at least that I would definitely give them a thumbs down. I'm sorry if you're a JCB fan. I'm not. And I deal with a lot of skid steer loaders. I wouldn't own one. Anyway, it's Bobby Miles from Texas Skid Steer. Thumbs down on JCB. Unless they do some sort of magic trick, you won't see any on my lot. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.